Hey Al, so it's been a while. I look like hell, I just got done working out. So I thought I would bring you up on what's going on. I haven't completely forgot about YouTube. I've just been busy and trying to figure out how to fit it all in. I just got done working out, like I said. Um, I have gained more weight. I'm the heaviest I've been my whole life. And I find that juggling, living in Reno, working in Reno, going to school, and going back and forth to Utah every weekend, it takes the toll. So it's hard to find time to sleep. It's hard to find time to exercise. And while driving, I'm trying to stay awake. So I'm not eating the best. I'm drinking crap to keep me awake. And so it's rough. So I always think, running is the best way to stay in shape and to work out your stress and everything. Well, I'm having a hard time finding time to run. I have my dog Mo, and I would love to take her out running, but to get in my gear and go out somewhere and run and get back here and do my homework and shower and go back to work and do all the things that I need to do, it just was too much. So I stopped and I just kept putting on the weight. And I was like, gosh, what can I do? So I'm trying. I'm not a person to give up. I started doing these low impact whatever videos off of YouTube before I went to Hawaii. We went to Maui for a week. I had an awesome time. But I would like lose 2 pounds, gain 3 pounds, lose 1 pound, gain 2 pounds, whatever. It was just not working. So I'm working on it. I'm not giving up. While I was home this last weekend, I saw a step that I used to use. So let's see, over here on the floor, there's my step. So when I had Harley, she's my oldest, the way I got back into shape was doing step aerobics. I bought this VHS and I would do this video every morning. My husband was working in Salt Lake at the time, so we had to go up there and stay with my in-laws, his dad and stepmom. We'd live there during the week and then come back to our house on the weekends. So we've kind of done this dance throughout our marriage, going where we needed to go to make ends meet. So anyways, every morning I would wake up and I would do the step video and shower and whatever while Harley would nap. And I got right back into shape. And so after struggling, to get back into shape because I'm not running and whatever, I'm gonna try this because it worked for me before. I know age is also a factor. When I had Harley, I was in my low 20s. And now this is 2 decades later. So I know that metabolism is a factor. I also have anxiety, so I take some medication for anxiety that can also cause weight gain, which double whammy. Then you got stress and sleep and traveling and so many things, but I'm not giving up. So I thought I would bring you along on my journey because, as we talked about before, glass houses was a theme that I wanted to put in on the YouTube videos. And so I bought a bunch of gear and I got hats and shirts and all this stuff that I want to give to you guys, and just let you know that, let's have glass houses. We're all struggling. We're all having issues. We all are stressed. We have things that we're going through, and why hide it? Like it is what it is. These big old wrinkles in my forehead. It is what it is. Am I gonna give up and just be like, yeah, I'm in my 40s? No, I'm not. I still have lots of goals and lots of life to live and things to do. So I thought I would take you through the journey with me, and you guys could tell me tips and tricks. Obviously coffee is huge to me, so I'm like, I can't cut the coffee. I need to cut down on the creamer. I mean, I don't do a ton of creamer, but I drink so much coffee that, little bit of creamer here and there, I'm probably drinking sugar all day. So there's that. I'm trying salads, but then, what I dump on my salad's probably worse than a cheeseburger. So anyways, I'm eating yogurt, but my yogurt's filled with candy. So whatever. I don't know if you guys have ever had flip yogurts, but they're amazing. I love them. I don't know how good they are for you, but I love them. So they have this one that has peppermint. Oh, so good. Like I said, so it's got chocolate, peppermint, and then like the yogurt, and I just love it. So I've got and Christmas is over, but I've got like 12 of them in my fridge. I'll give you a little rundown of, I took some pictures of what my fridge looks like, what my freezer looks like. I showed you guys my little step. So yeah, anyways, this is my journey. This is what I'm going through right now. I'm almost done with winter semester in school. I'm supposed to be taking 3 classes to meet my goal, but it was just too much. So I'm taking 2 classes. I have 3 more weeks of this semester, and then I might have like a week break, and then I'll start my spring semester. So that was another thing that I had to think a lot about, because I want to get it done. I want to get it done fast and get back to being home with my family and progressing with our family goals. And you can burn yourselves out completely. And so I thought, that's just going to be way too much on my plate. So I did ultimately decide just to do 2 classes and just work my way up and see what happens. I'm a believer that, if one door closes, another one opens, and just keep going, keep chugging along. So there's that. Like I said, we went to Maui. My mom, my dad, Harley, Hunter, and the baby went. It was for Harley's graduation last year. So we tried to go for her graduation, and then Corona hit and all that mess. And so we postponed, because we'd already paid for the condo for a week and for the flight for us all to go. And then even the second trip we'd planned got canceled because of the corona. And then we planned to go again at the beginning of March, because we're like, no way, all this crap's gonna still be going around in March 2021. Well, here we are, and yes, it is. So anyways, but you could fly. That wasn't the end of it though, because although we could fly to go into Hawaii, because Hawaii stayed pretty much shut down to everybody for a long time. They were super cautious. So you had to get a corona test before going. Okay, so let me back up a little bit. I didn't invite, but I decided, me and my husband decided that, why don't we take our other 3 children? It would be fun. I'd have someone to snorkel with, because, me and Harley are a little bit afraid of the water. So we're not the funnest on the beach. We like to lay out and, we could splash a little in the water, but we're not like hardcore snorkeling and all that stuff. So it would be fun for my kids and a trip of a lifetime for them to come. So we decided to take my 3 younger children, and they did. They had a blast. But back to getting to Hawaii was a pain. So we ended up having 10 people that were going with us, and that we had to get COVID tests for 3 days before, 72 hours before you are to arrive in Hawaii. Okay, so it has to be 72 hours. So and then they had like certain places where you can get the testing done. You can't just go anywhere that offers the testing. Well, and they also have to be rapid test. I did some videos on when I had corona a while back that you may have seen. And it took me 7 days to get my test results back. So I wasn't sure, what the cost was going to be and how, whatever. So you use your insurance and you go to these places, and it was free for all 10 of us, which was great. But there was nowhere in Utah that we could get the test, like in we live in southern Utah. There was nowhere in southern Utah that was a qualified place to get the test. So the closest place to us was Vegas. So we had to drive 2.5 hours to get this test, 72 hours beforehand, within 72 hours. Well, Friday I could go because I had taken a little extra time off from work to come and watch Joey's talent preview and a review. That's what it was. Anyways, so I was going to be there Friday. So we could make our appointments 3 days before you needed to have them. Well, if there's no appointments available, you're kind of screwed. So that's another thing. So you don't even know until 6 days before your trip if you can even get an appointment to get tested. So anyways, we were able to get an appointment for me, Joey, and Paisley. And so we all drive down to Vegas. Now, let me remind you, I live in Reno. So Thursday, I drive 8.5 hours to Reno. Friday, we have to drive 2.5 hours to Vegas to get these tests, and then 2.5 hours back home, which is super awesome. So then Saturday, Sunday, I drive 8.5 hours back to Reno so I can fly out of Reno, go to Hawaii, meet my family, and then fly back to Reno so that once I do get done with the whole trip, I don't have to drive all the way back to Reno. So I end up flying back and forth from Reno and they all fly out of Vegas. Anyways, so the rest of my family had to work, and so they all did their COVID testing on Saturday. Well, Harley was the reason we were doing this trip in the first place, and we were not getting a return email confirming that she had an appointment. So we're like stressed out thinking, and so I try and make her another appointment. I make her another appointment and I still don't get a confirmation email. I'm like, what the crap? So I'm like, just take her, see if they'll let her do it, while you're there, if they have it, and just for some reason we didn't get the email. So they go down there and they tell me that they have to wait another 6 hours or something for her to get an appointment. But they are going to test her. So I'm like, okay, this is a pain, but at least she's getting tested. And then, they walk through the door and they are all clear. They all were unpositive. They were all negative. They were just trying to play a prank on me. But anyways, so that ends up working. So anyways, we all got negative results. We ended up getting on our flights and meeting up in LA and then flying the rest of the way to Hawaii. And once we got there, it was such a pain. So once you get there, they direct you to an area where you have to show proof of all your negative tests, but you can't just do it with the paper that you printed off. You have to have these apps that show it. Well, if you're over 18, you all have to be able to, y'all have to have your own little app with all your information on it. And half of us couldn't get in, our passwords weren't working or whatever, and it was a real big pain. And we had just flown all these hours and we were cranky and we wanted to be there, and then they stop us and we're like, we have proof, it's right here, and yeah. And the people there were kind of cranky too, so I was like, this is not fun. So anyways, we ended up getting there, getting everything sorted out, and we had a great time. But it is hard during COVID. I wish that this was all over with when we went, but it ended up being a great time. On the beach, you didn't have to wear a mask. In town, you did. If you were shopping or walking around the malls and stuff, they actually had mask police out there giving people tickets for not wearing masks. It was like, So anyways, that part sucked, but especially when you're in this area that's humid and then you've got this mask on, it's kind of a bit overwhelming. But we went whale watching. They saw sea turtles, and we went to lots of different beaches. We went to waterfalls. We did all sorts of fun things. We went to Costco, bought all sorts of food, and just ate out of the condo because it had a kitchen, and there was barbecues downstairs, so we could go there. We could walk to the beach from our condo. We could walk to the stores and everything. So it was a really good time. So anyways, then came back and it's back to reality. And so I'm trying to get back into the groove of things with school. I didn't lose any of the weight that I wanted to before Hawaii. So now I actually came back and I was heavier than when I left. Oh gosh. So anyways, I'm working on it. I'm not giving up. But I'm going to take you through my journey of my glass house and any ideas that you have to help me, or that I can give you to help you, because I know that we all struggle with these things. Any ideas on how to stay awake while driving so far? That doesn't mean eating, because it's hard and I don't want to die and my eyes are closing while I'm driving. So I have to pull over, I have to sleep, I have to make it there. Otherwise it's pointless to do the drive, Anywho, thanks for listening. We'll have a slideshow afterwards on Hawaii, my awesome fridge, my step aerobics that I'm going to be doing. I'll shoot you guys pictures of the videos that I'm doing, and we'll go through my progress with that. We're going to go and do different interviews with different people and, glass houses, like the whole thing I was telling you about. I'll have some gear that I'm going to be giving you guys, and I want to hear your stories too. So I will get back to it. I keep saying that we're doing this, and I'm serious. We are going to do this. I've just got overwhelmed with life for a minute. So we're back, and it's good to see you guys. I love you.